So I want to officially welcome all of you to the very first Davy V podcast, or should we call it Davy VTV podcast? I'm not sure. We'll play around with the idea a little bit and see what looks best. First things first, maybe a little bit of background on the whole podcast thing. So for a while now, uh, I don't want to jump all around the place here, but for a while now, obviously I've been a fan of several podcasts, and just not so much a specific podcast. So let me correct that. But I've been a fan of the idea of a podcast. So basically, the convenience, for lack of a better way of putting it, and this is speaking for myself. Maybe some of you can relate to this, but I'm a very visual person, meaning whether it's a film, movie, documentary. I'm not a big reader, which I should be, but I've never been a huge reader. Uh, I'm trained more as being visual, and then my work with short films, with documentaries I've done about police misconduct and police accountability. Most of my uh, experience is from a visual standpoint. I don't know if you can understand what I mean with that. Naturally, working with video and film, you basically get trained, to be more visual. At least I am. So for a while, I've been flirting around with the idea of starting a podcast because, again, like I said a little while ago, I like the idea of just being able to press play and just be able to listen to someone and deviate and take a break from the whole visual aspect, if that makes any sense. So I know it sounds like I'm contradicting myself here because first I say that I'm into films and movies and documentaries, and I'm more a visual person, right? Uh, but what I've liked about podcasts, and by the way, I have to give a shout out to audiobooks in general because I'm a big fan of just listening to something. And in essence, I know it sounds a little bit lazy, but having somebody read to me instead of me picking up a book and reading it myself. I know that sounds a little bit lazy there, but I don't know. I just enjoy it. I enjoy that, and I compare that kind of to the podcast in the sense that you can just close your eyes and listen. Right? Think about it. So I flirted around with the idea, and I don't know where it will go. But for now, uh, when it comes to that podcast style setup that I like, that I enjoy, for now, I'm going to give it a try on this channel, on my channel, Davy VTV, which has obviously been mostly videos, naturally, right? It's YouTube. But we're going to switch that up a little bit. And we're kind of playing around with different ideas here. So hopefully, those of you, especially my day ones, those of you who have been riding with me since day one, by the way, a few of you have been riding since for real, day one, since Keep It on the Real Day, my cable access hip hop and variety TV show back in the mid 90s. That's right, 1990s, baby. So I appreciate each and every one of you. And I also appreciate the new subscribers, the new viewers, somebody just stopping through because maybe a video caught their interest, caught their eye. I welcome everyone on this channel. But we're going to kind of play around with a few things and a few ideas. And I wanted to start this little podcast kind of setup. So won't make this first one too long. Just kind of like a little intro. And be back at you soon, real soon. Uh, and we're going to come off the gate swinging right from jump. You know what I mean? With some topics that Those of you who follow my work have probably seen I've been very vocal about certain topics, certain issues recently. We won't get into them now. That'll be for our first official podcast style. We'll call it podcast style video. So, again, thank you for tuning in and stay tuned. We out.